Our delegation of 3 sisters leaves on January 5th from Detroit, and we will return there on January 15th. It takes 2 days to travel, so we'll arrive there on the 6th. The Feast of the Epiphany. The delegation is Sister Dusty Farnham from Adrian, Michigan, and Sister Arlene Flaherty from Blauvelt, New York. So we have been a part of what's called the Iraq Coordinating Committee. Sister Arlene was on the first delegation to Iraq. Sister Dusty has not been in Iraq, but her community hosted a number of sisters for education and relationship building. So she's very familiar with many of the sisters and the whole Iraqi community. When the 2 sisters came from Iraq, we learned that for most of their life, their country had been at war. We had the Iran-Iraq War, and so it's always been a piece of their experience. I remember they came in April. I remember that first July. No, it was actually earlier. It was in May when we had the Carillon Festival, and we had fireworks at the end. The 2 sisters were by themselves. We didn't know this till later. They heard the fireworks. They went and hid because to them it sounded like gunfire. And that was such it was such an eye-opener for us, and it touched us in a way to realize that that's the only experience that people have. And so even as we go to Iraq now, we're thinking a lot about the children and what's the trauma to them, and what are the lasting effects of that trauma, and how in refugee camps that can even be addressed. So these are people, these are our brothers and sisters that we're talking about. And these are the people that we want to be concerned about, and that we want all people in our country to be concerned about. The more I prepare for this trip, the more excited I am about it. Someone asked me if I was scared, and I said, well, not yet, because I haven't had time to be scared, but I think of it as, it's a pilgrimage. It's that kind of a journey that is important for me as well as it is important for the sisters there. This is Advent, and we are praying all the time, come Lord Jesus. And so I'm preparing to say, how do I want to come to the sisters? And how do I want to come back home? And so we've been talking to others about how to ask questions, what kinds of questions, what do we need to know from the sisters, from the people, how to have the conversations. This is it's certainly a different culture than ours, so how to have the conversations in a way that's respectful and to honor the dignity and integrity of others. We very much want to do that. I pray for the grace to be able to listen well and to allow my heart to take in everything that I hear.